Okay, welcome back to the E-Managerial website. Today I wish to share with you how can auditor utilize the effective control to the management or to the auditee by providing the audit recommendation or mitigation, or we can say the control solution when they conduct the audit fieldwork. So the audit outcome may provide a solution to the management on the following technical control. So this is ultimate IT control. So before we discuss the ultimate control, I need to brief what is a principle of the key control that illustrate on the picture. So we have the three components that the control environment need to measure and determine. One is a core objective, meaning that where do we want to go, what we want to do, and the next is performance. How well do we achieve the objective, meaning that how can we certify the outcome or the result. And the next is a risk, what can go wrong. So when we put the control, we make sure that the control are sufficient and workable to mitigate the risk, to speed up the performance, and to achieve the all objective that we set by the management or by the organization. So the auditor may provide the advisory in terms of control assurance to the committee and management by the resolution or recommendation. So one is data protection. Data protection, we refer to the CIA security framework to ensure that data could not leak to the unauthorized person or to the public. So the next is a transmission encryption. This is mainly focused on the packet transmission from source to alternative or to the destination. So we need to comply with the standard encryption method. So the next is antivirus and host intrusion prevention system or host intrusion detection system. This mechanism need to be in place to ensure all threat and all system vulnerability are managed by the antivirus. Okay, so the next is a patch management. When we talking about the patch management, we categorize in two areas. One is a data patching and other one is a security patching. Security patching, we focus on the loophole or operating system flaw that we need to release the security patch code to treat what is a potential gap in the system, what is a loophole that the hacker can compromise on a certain service or protocol. So the next is a complex password. Complex password is a best practice that the organization need to establish with the password management policy to reinforce all users to comply the complexity of the password, like a password length, expiry, like how to change the password, like uh, to custody the password, whatever involved with the password rule. So the next is a vulnerability management. Vulnerability management, we consider on the network or system vulnerability scan or assessment whether the vulnerability are promptly addressed and up to that. So we need to put the mitigation control when the assessment outcome. So the next is a security configuration. Security configuration, we focus on the security hardening to apply all critical system or all critical network, all core network system or all database system to ensure all environment are secure. Are secure. So the next is authentication control. This is very important. When we're talking about authentication, we refer to identification and authorization to ensure all business unit to access with the control mechanism to measure what is unauthorized access come from. And the next is IPS, intrusion detection system or intrusion protection system monitoring. So IT security team need to monitor this area as a regularly basis. Can be weekly basis or can be fortnightly basis upon the network infrastructure environment. So the next is user provisioning. This area we need to provide what is a certain function to the user, what is the access mechanism, what can user aware on the system behavior or on system architecture that provide by the management or system development team. So the next is user access review. User access review very important. This mechanism to make sure the user is up to date in the list in the system. So we need to extract whatever from the authentication system, like from the AD or like from the other proxy system, whatever the user access into some or access to the database or access to the application. So we need to review the role and function, whether the role and certain function from their function that in line with the standard requirement, like need to know basis or need to have basis or need to access basis. So the privilege management very important. So this control need to be in place to measure what is the unauthorized access come from. So the next is generate account management. This is very important that we need to create the account, we need to monitor the account, we need to set up the account, we need to suspend, we need to pending what is activity involved with account management. So the next is security awareness. Security awareness, we can say this is a capacity building on a certain function by the IT engineer or IT development team to ensure that they are aware what is a concern area and what is a particular function need to be fulfilled by the organization requirement. So the team need to understand what is a policy required or policy need to comply what is a system security need. And the next is segment isolation. This is an area that we need to protect the DDoS attack. We need to segment the network or segment the area that involved with the criticality on the system deployment or cut over process from one system to other system. So we need to segment the isolation when the one side is impacted, so we can fail over to other side. So we need to manage the segment from one location to other location. So the next is administrative redundancy. This is we focus on the IT operational activity to ensure the primary and alternative system we can read on the same page on the same picture. So when the production system is not available or disruption of the system, so the mechanism will switch or fail over to the alternative side. So the redundancy can be that way. We can refer to the infrastructure, we can refer to the recovery strategy, or we can refer to the time of the recovery. So the next is a logging and monitoring. This is a very important involved with the audit trail and audit log to identify what is a unauthorized user trying to attempt to log in into the system and intentional to compromise into a system. So we need to extract all kind of log file to check whether it's a failure of access or successfully of access. So we need to analyze and determine what is right, what is wrong. Okay, the next is equipment storage encryption. So this is involved with the storage system that we need to ensure all data that are placed in the storage are fully encrypted and maintained. So the next is enterprise backup. We refer to the real-time replication tool. This is we refer to the data backup. So when the production side is not available, so we can take the last successful person from the DR to recovery. So the RTO that present in the MTD in the BCM mechanism, we can recovery on time. So we no need to take the manual backup like a backup tape encryption. So this is a two scenario. One is a manual backup mechanism. One is an automated backup mechanism. So the next is redundancy and failover or other related to the cluster activity like a load balancer, failover, redundancy, something like that. So we need to ensure that all environment with a critical system, we have the primary and secondary. So the next is business continuity plan or disaster recovery plan. This plan, the organization need to strategize what is the recovery strategy can put into the crisis event when the primary system is not available. So the alternative system or infrastructure need to be take over automatically. So business can assume as a normal. So the next is a secure deletion and disposal. This is very important related to the data loss prevention. So when we need to implement this area, so the organization will come up with the policy like data retention and data disposal. When the data need to be disposed, so we need to have proper procedure, dispose with approval authority, dispose with the record documentation to show proof to the auditor whether we have the govern the activity in a paper. So the next is a change management or change control. Whatever with the change activity, we can focus on the three major or change: normal change, emergency change, or expedite change, something like that, or major change. So the change control need to record properly. We need to identify what is a impact or change, what is a prioritize or change, and what criteria need to be changed, and we need to have the change advisory board to approve on the change activity to make sure the change mechanism are in place and effective. So the next is a security handling response. This area, this control to make sure that the security incident like a cyber security attack or security breach or non-compliant on a concerning area or concerning part. So the response procedure need to be in place and up to date. Make sure the IT engineer aware of what is the activity described in the plan, so the engineer can recovering up on the plan described. So the next is a physical and environmental control. This is involvement with the data center and then disaster recovery side, the alternative side. When we talk about the security of access, so we need to control what is the identity of the access, what is a threat, or we can say the man-made threat, what is external event, or we can say the internal threat like a fire, like a flood, like a humidity, like a smoke, like a chemical from the external factor. So this control need to be in place. So the next is network infrastructure redundancy. We focus on the configuration, or we focus on the failover process, or active standby to ensure the critical system or core network system can meet with the CIA security framework, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. So we need to ensure that the network infrastructure meet with the full HA, where we guarantee the zero downtime. So the next is power supply management. We involve with the outage management to ensure that the power can support the data center, or can support the network equipment, or can support the electronic device during the business operation. So the next is data center control. Data center control, normally we focus on three critical area. One is a facility-based system like a smoke detector, fire suppression system, humidity detection or water leakage detection, or asset management, and something related to the alarm trigger. So the next is hardware maintenance, or hardware or software maintenance, or relate to the capacity planning of the hardware and software. So the next is vendor management. So the vendor management involved with the data center, we focus on a certain or particular system that need to support my vendor as a quarterly basis or yearly basis up on the prioritize or the equipment. So the next is a self-test environment or compliant culture. This control we need to ensure whatever we involve with the quality assurance to the IT internal control. So the self-test need to be conducted by the IT compliant, IT assurance, and also IT security on the certain role or certain function that assigned by committee or management. So the compliance culture need to reinforce all related business stakeholder or business unit to understand what is a compliant, what is a criteria that defined by a local regulator or internal policy and procedure. So we need to comply or. And the last one is a periodic policy and procedure endorsement. So we need to ensure the policy framework are in place. So we need to identify what is committee to endorse the policy, to approve on a policy change, what is a framework need to be reviewed and endorsement by the senior management or committee, such as a board of director or risk committee or audit committee, something like that, or involved with the IT steering committee like that. So this very practical on the technical control when you are the professional auditor. So you need to provide this effective control to the management or auditee, what you can explain what is a control, what is a titan of control, what is a control nature, what is a mechanism can protect the information asset. So thank you so much for watching my video. Please like and share.